I think the turnovers were, going in, we knew they were going to be very physical, and we didn't do a very good job of creating leads or early separation, and kind of allowed them to kind of set a tone, blowing our actions up, which facilitated some of those turnovers. Thought now they got out, got behind us a little bit early in the game, then that's what kind of got them going.
Just how disruptive they were kind of early on, you guys running actions. It felt like you didn't get to the corners much, but like you talked about before, was that just the reason why?
Some of it, it's, they're aggressive on the ball. They denied. We have to do a better job of creating leads and getting separation off defenders. It's not always the screener's fault. I think it's those two-man combinations have to work in concert. The setups have to be clean. The timing has to be good. We got to set lower-level screens and hit people. At times we didn't do that and allow them to just kind of force us further and further up the floor, and that's what, now you're playing up against the clock. There's several things in play there, but, overall never got an offensive rhythm because of those things.
On defense, they had 78 and 8. Is that just them? I mean, when they get going in transition?
Well, some of it was transition, the one-on-one containment. I think those are I felt like we didn't get any of the 50-50 balls. We were able to get, a stop here and there, but ball gets poked loose or comes off, and, first that ball is critical.
What do you feel like they were able to do against Kuz?
Well, I think he got a little frustrated with the fouls, and that detracted a little bit from his offense. But, nothing different than what they did to everyone, just kind of making life difficult, wearing on a guy, being very physical, not allowing separation. And, he had a handful of turnovers there that, they force you into those. So you're not going to get anything easy, to their credit, but, you got to find ways to kind of battle through that, if we're going to be able to, score against a team like this.
And then last one, but we saw jogging early again tonight. Do you expect to keep playing him and getting him more minutes and kind of building him up that way?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a feel, and, I thought he once again did really good things on the defensive end. He's got a good body position, pretty good effort. There has to be a little, cleanup as far as the communication piece, but that'll come. I thought he was aggressive, on offense, which, I like. I know it's 18 minutes, so it's not a huge sample, but I thought he played well.
Actually, this in Philadelphia, I don't know if you probably don't look at kind of them as big picture things, but what do these games kind of tell you about how far it is to get to the top of the East?
Well, I mean, it's not easy. Obviously, it's a small group of teams right now, so we still have a lot of work to do to get there. And, it's different teams, different styles, but, they do defend at a high level, and they bring a level of physicality on that side of the ball that impacts, the opponent. I think you could take that away from both those games.
They're pressure, for sure. They're number one defense in the league. You could feel it, They're blowing up all the handoffs. They're not giving up on any plays. They're helping each other, trusting each other. And they made us turn the ball over a lot. And proved, that that's the type of defense they play, and that's the type of team they are.
Shooting was also an issue for you guys. How do you feel like they made it hard for you to even get to your usual spots? At least that's what it looked like.
Yeah, they were good. They were closing out hard. Early on, I got a couple shots, but after that, it was a hard closeout, so I drove a little bit more. But then they closed the paint well also, so it was honestly like whatever we tried to do was tough. Everything was tough. They made it hard for everything. And just honestly, right now, they're just a better team than us, and they showed it.
I asked Wes this too, but this game you guys had Philly on Sunday. What can you kind of take away just about how difficult it is to get to the top of the East?
Yeah, it's difficult for sure. So, even if you look at the teams that are 7, 8, Atlanta, Toronto, who else? Who's 7 right now? Who? Miami. Atlanta and Miami, they're supposed to be pretty much contending for the title. A couple of years ago, they were deep in the playoffs or Miami was in the bubble finals, no? So those are really good teams also, and they're 7 and 8 or 9. And we're right there. We're right there. We have dropped some stupid games this season, but that's our fault, and we have to go from what we have. And right now we're a little bit not playing our best basketball, but we still have a chance. That's the crazy part about it. We still have a chance, so we're going to keep fighting and see if we can climb up to that 8th spot, for example.
Another tough one at home tomorrow. What do you guys have to do to bounce back?
Recover as well as we can. I think just recover. We need fresh. We need to be fresh. We need to go out there fight, because against teams that are like better than us, we cannot, just play at the same level of energy. Our energy has to be higher. We have to do extra to keep up with these good teams. So, of course, tonight can be a night where we can make all the shots and everything just works out well for us. But anyhow, we have to prepare mentally and physically for a game like tomorrow.
We just weren't ready to play. That's all it was. We came out very slow, not a lot of energy. That just kind of carried throughout the course of the game. We made some runs and came back and cut the single. We were 6 or 8, but we shot ourselves in the foot tonight.
Do turnovers count as shooting yourself in the foot when it's their skill is turning other teams over?
100%. We know they're the number one defensive team. But they put on their shoes just like we do. You shouldn't fear them. Shouldn't fear nothing they do. Yeah, they play hard. Yeah, they play aggressive and they're physical. But that's what the NBA is. We can't back down from that. We got to attack that. And we didn't do that.
They obviously made everything hard, but with three-point shooting in particular, what kept you guys from getting to your spots, do you think?
They were just physical. They were really physical with every single position. They were pushing us off our spots. They were blowing up our, handoffs. They were blowing up our screening actions. And they just made life difficult, they're a really good help defensive team. They helped the next man very, very well. And it showed tonight. They did.
What do you take from these two losses, this one and Philly on Sunday? Do you think there's, a bigger picture to be taken away or to be drawn?
You can't have those type of losses. Those are energy-esque. Those are all things we can control, I think that's the most frustrating part. We can control a lot of things that happen and that don't go our way, our turnovers, guarding, knowing personnel, stuff like that. That's all stuff we can control, and we just didn't lock into that.
Quick turnaround tomorrow. What do you guys have to do to bring the energy tomorrow night?
Well, we got the number one offensive team tomorrow, so, if this team can score the way they did, and it's going to be a really tough one for us tomorrow night. We got to stop Fox, who's playing. Hell, he might be at the MVP level right now. He's hooping. Sabonis is hooping. He's coming off a 20 and 20 night. So we got our hands full. We beat them earlier in the year, but this is a team that's been flowing. They're probably the hottest team out right now. So we got to make sure we're laced up, ready to go at 8.